The advancement in information technology has resulted in the development of goods, services, and distribution networks. The computer, the internet, and digital TV are examples of new products. Internet banking, computerized inventory control, and automated teller machines are examples of new processes. Cable and satellite TV are examples of new distribution systems.
$350 million people lack access to clean water today, while wealthy nations waste a lot of it. We are accustomed to turning on the water tap and always having access to clean flowing water. For health and hygiene, each person requires 70 liters of water every day, and the average American uses 450 liters of it.
The current push to recruit talented students, according to admissions officers at business schools, was partly motivated by a realization that by requiring several years of job experience. Because of the requirement for work experience, talented students who might have otherwise chosen business school instead chose a degree in law or policy.
Although it is possible to learn sailing without having a complete understanding of the science of waves, seasoned surfers claim that possessing this fundamental information can significantly alter your surfing experience. Despite the fact that we only ever see waves on beaches, many individuals mistakenly believe that water travels in waves and water actually conducts energy.
A thesis is a proposition you may support or refute using arguments. If at all feasible, try to be creative with your thesis. You should be able to express it convincingly and plainly within the parameters of your paper, and remember, creation is always bliss.
One of the most significant mining economies in the world comes from Australia. The country is self-sufficient in all resources except for petroleum and is a significant exporter of coal, iron, gold, and copper. Since the first coal was discovered in 1779, mineral output has increased yearly, doubling between 1980 and 1990.
If we're asked to think of anything, let's say a yellow tulip, an image appears in our mind right away. How do we conceive the unimaginable? However, what if we tried to visualize something like the square root of a negative number?
Over the previous 30 years, little has changed about the present measuring system. However, the metric system does not account for significant changes that have taken place over that time in the nation's economy, and public policies that have impacted families' economic well-being.
Food and garden waste is less harmful than inorganic material, but disposing of it is still difficult, especially when it is buried in large quantities, as is the case in urban areas. Due to the limited amount of land available, landfill sites nearly always mechanically crush organic waste, which results in acidic reactions in the airless underground environment.
Your audience should receive engaging, practical, and original information from your informative speech. You may make progress in your endeavors to be an informed speaker by devoting yourself to the aims of imparting knowledge and engaging your audience.
When many people think of space, they think of exciting developments like space tourism or living on planets. But one key potential use of space is for a much more mundane process. Mining of the Earth's resources has been done over hundreds of years, and as a result some resources are rapidly running out. The next step for this activity could be mining of asteroids.
Research has shown that removing road signs and markings can significantly reduce accidents. Although it sounds like a strange idea, but towns and cities that have introduced these measures have far fewer accidents than before. The idea came from a Dutch engineer during the 1980s, who noticed that when roads had fewer markings and signs, many drivers reduced their speed and drove carefully.
The entire landscape of the music business has changed dramatically over the last 30 years. From what was once a business based on sales of records, cassettes, and CDs, now streaming has become the norm, and musicians have had to adapt to the fact that traditional album sales are not their main income stream.
Even though it is possible to learn to surf without fully understanding the science of waves, experienced surfers say that having this basic knowledge can make a significant difference. Many people think that water moves in waves, but in fact energy is transmitted through water. Although we only see waves on beaches, they are formed out in the open ocean, often many kilometers from the shore.
When young people do something like painting a picture, they consider many aspects. First, they need to plan the design. Then, if the painting is not looking good, they have to think about what the problem is and decide how to change it. If they play a musical instrument, for example in an orchestra, they may have problems playing together with the other players.
When the idea of fly-on-the-wall documentary was originally suggested to the school's head teacher, he was justifiably concerned that it wouldn't present a balanced picture of life in his school and could lead to unfair criticisms of his staff. Exposing teachers and students to such scrutiny was a risk, yet the finished program vindicates his decision to go ahead.
Bullfighting is a familiar game in many parts of the world. If you want to know more while you climb into bed, maybe a little reading or television to highlight the information will do it. The twist, however, is that this sport doesn't acknowledge to people currently living outside the modern Western world, or even to inhabitants of Western Americans 200 years ago.
The registered participants in Regional Share Your Ride can sign up to receive daily traffic and weather reports by email. As a participant, you are also eligible for the Urgent Ride service, which provides you with free transportation to your house in case your car is broken or in case of an emergency.